Welcome back to ISF. Now, we can't celebrate fall without a little spice. We hear about pumpkin spice, but there's more than that. See, here to show us today some great flavors to add to your favorite meals is SpiceQuest. We got Fabio on with us. Welcome to Inside South Florida.
Hi, welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're excited to talk further. Now, spice seems to be everywhere today, from chips to hot sauces and more. Why do you think that spice has become so popular in general, especially with maybe even younger generations?
You know, that's a great question. I have a 10 and a 13 years old, and they will not leave the chip aisle without some Takis and some flaming hot Cheetos. So I totally get it. I think, you know, a lot of it has to do with its spice as entertainment. I think we've kind of seen this shift from, you know, because of social media, people challenging each other, like the one chip challenge or hot ones, and then that going viral, and people, it's very fun to watch people eat very spicy things and watch them sweat or suffer. So you watch this dynamic happening, and it's very social worthy. And so I think that little sort of flywheel of it being entertaining, and then the CPG companies wanting to deliver on foods that make that entertainment, sort of more a part of somebody's life. I think what we're seeing is that that people want more, and they kind of want to challenge each other. And so now it's becoming it's kind of moving from spectacle more to a staple of people's cuisine.
Yeah, I love this little hot take, pun intended, that we have here. What are some of the health benefits of chili peppers that people might not realize? It doesn't just taste good, it might be good for you. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Well, my background before doing what I'm doing now has been in healthcare. And so, you know, I really, really care about, you know, the things that we put in our body and how they impact us and how they heal us oftentimes. And spice is incredible, especially chili peppers. I mean, people don't know that there's over 10,000 varieties of chili pepper. People think usually of like 3 or 4. And, you know, capsaicin is sort of that core molecule that sits inside all of them. And capsaicin is really kind of a miracle drug. You know, it has anti-inflammatory impact. It has metabolic acceleration impact. It has, neurological stimulation. Wow. So, you know, it releases endorphins. It helps your cardiovascular system work better. It has an endless array. We talk about that a lot on our website and a lot of our marketing material, really just to help people understand. Imagine that you can get all of these benefits with something natural.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And the next step is, of course, choosing one. So when we walk down the spice aisle at the grocery store, it seems like options feel limited sometimes. How does SpiceQuest, what you guys are doing, actually change that?
You know, that's a great question, because that really is what drove us to create SpiceQuest, is that frustration that you walk down the aisle. And there are thousands of spices, but when it comes to chili peppers, you might find 1 or 2, especially in sort of like outside of, like, say, the fresh produce. And you're talking about crushed chili pepper. People don't even know what that is. Is that cayenne? Is that some kind of mix of things? And really the problem is that there are no options for people, yet there are so many different flavor profiles and so many different options in the real world. And so that's really what we set out to do, was to start with just offering people a broader spectrum, from sort of mild to medium to hot. Let them have access to that in a controlled way, of course, because that's the other part. The reason why you don't see a lot of spices in stores is because what are you going to do? Take a Carolina Reaper, which is extremely hot, and just shake it on your food. And so, like, that can ruin a lot of people's meals, if not their friendships as well. So we wanted to set out to solve those 2 problems, which was choice and control.
And the way you do it is also special. So quickly, could you just kind of explain how your grinders work and maybe what makes them different from a typical spice grinder or even a hot sauce?
So I have a box here, like this is our Pro Kit, and like in our Pro Kit, and I just want to show this just because I think it helps kind of people understand this idea of like choice and control. So like there's 1 through 10, and like the 1 is like a Pekin pepper, the 10 is a Carolina Reaper. And each of these, and I won't like actually use this one because I'll be grinding and sneezing for the next 10 minutes, but each one of these grinders essentially was designed specifically for chili pepper. And it's like a one push button. You just simply, it's got a spring, it's got a little burrs at the end, and it creates this, you know, it takes like the flakes and it crunches them to a powder, and you literally can microdose or fully dose on your food. Some people put, 5 or 10, grinds of like a super hot, and some people want to start really mild and they want to start with like a Thai chili pepper, bird's eye chili pepper, and then they just put just a little bit on a salad or something. So the idea was giving, again, sort of this optionality, and then the ability to deliver and sort of microdose the type of spice that you want in your food using these grinders.
There you go. Well, my interest is piqued. So, Fabio, where can we go for more information on this great product and all that you guys are up to, the science behind our food?
Yes. Absolutely. You can go to SpiceQuest Labs. Frankly, if you just Google SpiceQuest, you'll find it, but you can go to SpiceQuestLabs.com and you can find everything there. Also, all this health benefit information, as well as the product information and the choices. And we work with a lot of growers across the country. We're really proud of that. So we tell the story of the growers that are growing these amazing peppers, because here's one that I just got last night. I mean, these are beautiful, stunning peppers that people don't really get to see that often. And each one of these peppers was just somebody's love out there on the field. It's harvest season right now, and they're sitting out there for 12 hours a day, pulling these from the plants just so we can have these incredible spices.
There you go, the story and the science behind our food. We all love a little flavor in our food here in South Florida. Fabio, thanks so much for sharing about SpiceQuest and coming on.
Thank you so much.